At 3:47 a.m. on July 8th, Elon Musk sent this tweet that changed everything. Bannon is in the Epstein files. No context, no evidence, just boom.
Wait, he can just do that?
Oh, Walker, it's Elon, he can. We've got Trump's attorney general literally saying the client list is sitting on my desk right now, then mysteriously backtracking. We've got 68 seconds of missing prison footage. And now, we've got proof this was never about justice, it's about creating the ultimate political weapon.
A weapon?
3 words, Walker. Check the files. That's all it takes to destroy anyone now. And by the end of this video, you'll see exactly how deep this rabbit hole goes. But first, hit that subscribe button because YouTube is not going to recommend this to anyone. And if you want to understand how we got here, how Musk went from Trump's biggest supporter to potentially his biggest threat, go watch our previous video, Musk versus Trump, Bros Before Bills, because that's where this story really begins. Quote, Bannon is in the Epstein files, period. End tweet. No follow-up, no explanation, no evidence, just digital napalm.
But Steve Bannon, Trump's former chief strategist? That's huge.
It's massive. And that's exactly why it's so dangerous. Because here's what Musk knows that most people don't. It doesn't matter if it's true. The accusation is the conviction. Within 6 hours, this tweet had 2.3 million views. By day 2, it's trending on every platform. And suddenly, Steve Bannon, love him or hate him, is stuck in the worst possible position, trying to prove a negative.
How do you even defend against that?
You can't. That's the genius of it. The government's sitting on the files. The client list might not even exist. So Bannon's left screaming, "I'm not a pedophile," into the void, which, let's be honest, is not a great look for anyone. But here's where it gets really dark. Remember in our Musk versus Trump video, we showed how Musk went from MAGA's golden boy to potential enemy number 1? Well, this is how you weaponize a falling out. You don't just attack someone's politics, you attack their entire existence. And the scariest part? If the richest man on earth can do this to Trump's inner circle, who's next? Comment below, do you think this was calculated revenge, or just Musk being chaotic? Because I've got a theory. Now here's where the government's response gets absolutely bonkers. Because Trump's Attorney General, Pam Bondi, just performed what might be the greatest or dumbest magic trick in political history. February 21st, Fox News interview. The reporter asks, will the DOJ release Epstein's client list? And Bondi, I kid you not, says, quote, it's sitting on my desk right now, waiting to be reviewed. After a full-blown MAGA presser.
Wait, she actually said that?
Word for word, but then, and this is where it gets weird, a couple of months later, she's suddenly backtracking. Now she claims she meant the files were on her desk, not a list. Oh, and surprise, those files totally don't include a client list. Obviously. So let me get this straight. The Attorney General of the United States either doesn't know what's on her own desk, or she's playing the world's most dangerous game of keep away. Meanwhile, Trump's dodging questions like, why are we still talking about this creep? I kicked him out of my club. But here's the kicker, and this is where it connects to our previous video about Musk and Trump's relationship breakdown. When you're fighting the world's richest man, you need every ally you can get. So why is Trump's team being so sketchy about files that could clear up this whole mess? Bondi also claims these unreleased files contain tens of thousands of videos of child abuse. Now nobody's asking to see those, but if they exist, the government knows exactly who's in them. So why the secrecy, national security, ongoing investigations, or is it because half of DC would implode overnight? Hit the like button if you think there's more they're not telling us, because this next part is going to blow your mind. See, Musk didn't just tweet random nonsense, he deployed what I call the unfalsifiable nuclear option. Climate change used to be the ultimate unfalsifiable attack. Hurricane, climate change. Drought, climate change. Your coffee's cold, probably climate change.
But now
it's Epstein files. And it's so much worse because the evidence is literally locked away. Watch this playbook in action. Step 1. Target someone you don't like. Step 2. Tweet they're in the files. Step 3. When they deny it, shrug and say, guess we'll never know since the files are sealed. Step 4. Watch their reputation burn while you walk away clean. It's the perfect weapon because the lack of evidence is the point. No receipts needed, no proof required, just 3 words: check the files. And suddenly your enemy is explaining why they're not a pedophile, which, spoiler alert, is impossible to do without sounding guilty.
That's actually terrifying.
It's genius and horrifying. And here's how it connects to everything we talked about in Musk versus Trump. Bros before bills. When billionaires fall out, they don't just compete in business. They try to destroy each other's entire existence. Think about it. Musk supported Trump, got burned, and now he's got the nuclear codes to take down anyone in Trump's orbit. Bannon today, but who's tomorrow? DeSantis? Vivek? Even Trump himself was not spared from accusation, as Musk also tweeted that he was in the file. Alright, time for the part YouTube definitely doesn't want me to tell you. Why are both Trump and Biden's teams treating these files like they contain nuclear launch codes? Simple answer. Epstein wasn't just some rich pervert with a private island. He was running the world's most sophisticated blackmail operation. And the people who were really pulling the strings, they're still out there.
You're talking about intelligence agencies.
Remember Alex Acosta, Trump's former labor secretary, the guy who gave Epstein that sweetheart plea deal back in 2008? When pressed about why, he literally said, and I quote, "I was told Epstein belonged to intelligence and to leave it alone." That's not conspiracy theory, that's on the record. And suddenly, everything makes sense. Why both administrations are burying this. Why the prison footage has convenient gaps. Why even mentioning intelligence connections gets you labeled as crazy. Here's the pattern. Fly in powerful people. Film them doing unspeakable things. Suddenly you own judges, politicians, CEOs, and if that operation was backed by agencies, of course they're burying it. Releasing those files would expose decades of active assets. And this is where our Musk versus Trump story gets really dark. Because if Musk knows this, and his security clearance suggests he might, then his tweet about Bannon and Trump isn't just a random attack. It's a warning shot. I know what you're hiding, and I'm not afraid to say it. Okay, we need to talk about the single sketchiest 68 seconds in American history, because what happened in Epstein's jail cell wasn't just convenient, it was impossible. August 10th, 2019, the most high-profile prisoner in America, a guy who could name half of Washington in a pedophile ring, is found dead in his cell, and everything that could go wrong did. First, his cellmate gets transferred out the night before. Random coincidence? Maybe. But then both guards assigned to check on him every 30 minutes just fell asleep for hours on the same shift while watching the most important prisoner in the country.
Both guards? At the same time?
Gets better. The surveillance footage from outside his cell? Gone. Not corrupted, not blurry, just gone. Exactly 68 seconds of footage, missing from the most secure federal prison in America. And when pressed, the government's explanation was literally, "Oh yeah, the cameras always malfunction at that exact time every night. We never bothered to fix it." Let me get this straight. A federal facility holding international terrorists has a known security glitch that fails for over an hour every single night, and nobody ever thought to fix it. At the prison holding El Chapo and ISIS operatives?
That's statistically impossible.
Right, but wait, there's more. The autopsy found 3 broken bones in Epstein's neck, including the hyoid bone. Medical experts said this pattern is way more common in homicidal strangulation than suicide. The official response? Sometimes that happens. So let me connect this to our Musk story. When Musk tweeted about Bannon being in the files, he wasn't just making a random accusation. He was reminding everyone that the most connected blackmailer in history died under circumstances so suspicious that no honest person could call it coincidence. And here's the kicker. Remember how we showed in our previous video that Musk has access to classified information through SpaceX? Well, what if he knows exactly how suspicious Epstein's death really was? What if that tweet wasn't just an attack on Bannon, it was a message to everyone? I know what you did, and I'm not afraid to talk about it. Here's the ugly truth, Walker. The Epstein files will never see daylight, not under Trump, not under Biden, not under anyone, because this was never about one creep with an island.
It was about who he owned.
Exactly. And now, every politician, CEO, and celebrity lives in fear of 3 words: check the files. The ultimate smear campaign with no defense. Congratulations, America. We just weaponized a pedophile ring. But here's what's really terrifying. If this is how Musk handles a falling out with Trump's team, what happens when he gets really mad? We showed you in Musk versus Trump, Bros Before Bills, how this relationship went from bromance to Cold War. Now you're seeing the weapons. So, what do you think? Is Musk just being chaotic, or is this calculated warfare? Are we watching the greatest political smear campaign in history, or is there actually truth to these accusations? Comment below. But be careful. In today's world, even asking questions might get you labeled as in the files. If this opened your eyes to how deep this rabbit hole goes, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Because if they're willing to bury this story, imagine what else they're hiding. And if you want to understand how we got here, go watch Musk versus Trump. Bros Before Bills. It's all connected. Oh no, now every politician, CEO, and celeb lives in fear of 3 words. He's in the files. The ultimate smear with no way to fight it. Congrats, America. We just weaponized a pedophile ring. Until next time, keep asking questions, even if they don't want you to.